So, welcome to my home. We are closed at work for the 4th of July holiday, so I decided not go into the office today and do this little recording from home. The goal of today's lesson is to talk about the ability to increase your pace. Now, being a business owner and an ex-athlete, when I initially think about trying to increase my pace, I usually think about working harder, putting more force into what I'm doing. But I learned a really phenomenal strategy from a great guy in my neighborhood named Dusty that I'm going to share with you in a few moments that increased my pace when I was out running. And I'll share with that story. But first, we got to get you into the right position because that mindset of more force, more effort, work harder is something that will temporarily increase your pace for sure. But what ends up happening is you end up getting so tired that you retreat back to your comfort zone. I read about this one workout strategy that what you try to do is you go as hard as you can for the first 15 minutes with the goal of burning all of the sugar out of your bloodstream. Because once all the sugar's out of your bloodstream, then your body kicks into fat burning zone. And as long as you keep working out, you'll burn more fat. Problem is for me, when I did that type of workout, I was so exhausted after 15 minutes, I didn't want to do anymore. So I retreated back to my comfort zone. I actually found that I had better results if I held a consistent pace with occasional spikes than trying to go crazy, crazy, crazy hard. So this concept is all about getting into that pace and finding that effectiveness so that you can really flow into things and make great improvements. But it requires first a mindset from you. You know, it's been an overlaying theme of these videos that this is not something that you just passively listen to and get results from. This is stuff that you got to implement in your training. You got to implement it in your work right away. And by doing that, by getting out of the audience and into the cage, so to say, you actually start to get the full benefit of these lessons. And what I need you to do first is to accept the fact that growth and improved production and a more natural, elevated pace is actually our natural ability as humans. We've constantly made improvements. Just go back 3 generations. The average farm was run by a family. Matter of fact, that picture, why I chose this area, that picture is my wife's grandmother. That's the house that they grew up in, and their 13 kids that they raised in that little house. Now, on that farm, they were able to do enough work as a family that they provided enough food for their own survival, and they would even produce a little extra where they would be allowed some luxuries like a new quilt on their bed. Something that I think we would take for granted nowadays because of production, because we've learned how to be more effective producers as a human species. We've evolved. Our pace has increased naturally. Now, if you think about, you go back a few hundred years, a trip from Europe to America was a couple months of a journey. It took the pilgrims 66 days to get here. Now we complain when we have a 30-minute delay at JFK. It's constant, this improvement. And it's important to adopt the idea that this is completely natural. It's completely natural to find more effective ways of doing things and to be searching for those more effective ways so that we let go of the old. A lot of people are going to hold on to the idea of hard work is the only way to get better. As an athlete, you just got to push yourself harder. You got to endure more pain. You got to punish yourself further. And again, I'm going to suggest to you that that's not the best route, that there is a better route in the entire process. I imagine, back in medieval times, somebody who was in charge of making bows and arrows, the guy who made the bow couldn't look at a castle wall and imagine that there would ever be a way to create a weapon that would knock down a castle wall, because he came at it from a bow making mindset. If you were a whale fisherman, if you were a whaler, you didn't see any use for an electric light bulb. Why would you try to invent that? The whale oil works so well. It's so efficient. So from the whaler's point of view, electricity was unnecessary. So I want you to do me a favor, and the work that you need to do today is the Bruce Lee concept of emptying your cup, of relaxing, of allowing for a new concept to make a difference, allowing a new concept to enter into your training and even into your golf game. I haven't played golf in about a year, and I played golf with this one strategy today, and I hit 5 pars on the back 9, which is something that's very, very rare for me. So, I'm excited to share with you these ideas and what we're going to be talking about. And let's get right to the Dusty story. So This happened last year. I was out running and I was trying to increase the distance that I can handle. And I was just starting to be able to do a 5-mile run. And in that 5-mile run, the first few times I do it, my back would hurt, my hamstrings would get tired, it'd be hot outside. I have drank all my water, and I'm really feeling it at this point. And that's when I saw Dusty. Dusty was on the opposite side of the road, about a quarter mile away from me. He's an older guy, walks with a super fast pace, got a ton of energy, and he's just always in a great mood. I see him walking around the neighborhood all the time. So there I am, huffing and puffing on the other side of the road as him. And he waves me down from a quarter mile like, hey, come on over on this side of the road. I got something to tell you. So I come over on that side. And as I get closer to him, he just has this big smile. He gives me a high five and just was honestly happy to see me. I gave him the high five and kept running. There was very little words exchanged. Just, hey, how's it going? That's it. But just his spirit of enthusiasm, I recognized another mile later, my back didn't hurt, my hamstrings didn't hurt, I no longer felt thirsty, and my pace increased. And that got me to think, just a little while ago, I was trying to work harder. I was trying to endure the pain and push myself to a new level, trying to stretch myself past my 4-mile comfort zone and into my 5-mile comfort zone. And it took one smile and a high five from an old man to put me on a brand new track and completely remove the pain from my back and my hamstrings and my heart and even my spirit. And that's really, this is kind of take the heart out of hard work part 2, but it's an important lesson that you find optimism before you do work. You work so that you find flow, so that you find the natural ease and the joy of doing the movements. So let me sum this up. If you're a coach, do you spend more time trying to get more reps out of people? Or do you spend more time cultivating a spirit of teamwork so that the reps are natural and fun and happen in an exciting way? Are you a boss where you have to lead others, whether you're a manager or you own your own small business? Well, in that situation, are you constantly reminding your players, your teammates, of their quality that adds value to the company and how they can expand on that value and make themselves even better and then enhance the company's profitability as well? Do you create an energy of excitement and optimism as a boss? Or is it an excitement that they better hit the numbers or they're getting fired? That's the old hard work mindset that's limiting. Are you trying to lose weight or change your body in any way? I know a lot of teenage boys are trying to make the football team and stuff like that. They're trying to gain weight. So they want to get stronger. They're trying to make body transformations. Well, how much time do you spend being grateful for the actual miracle that your body is? That it heals naturally, that it builds muscle naturally, that all the functions of your circulatory system and nervous system do not need your effort. It all happens naturally, effortlessly, giving you an amazing power to an amazing machine that you can shape into any form that you want. You spend time being grateful for being at the gym. Or is it, okay, I got to pay this price so I can make the team. I got to pay this price so I can get the reward. Or do you actually find a way to enjoy the process, to feel good when the weights are in your hands and you're about to do the workout, to feel good about the diet that you're involved in? It's the idea of taking some time to get yourself in the right mood before you do the work that makes the work more productive, that increases your pace. Now, one of my employees is going through a really tough situation. He's newly married, and his new daughter, somewhat, adopted daughter in this situation, is struggling with cancer. And my advice to him, as I'll give to you if you're going through a similar situation, is to cultivate a spirit of optimism. It's the best thing that you can do. It's the high five while they're running this incredibly hard race of chemo and therapy and everything else that they have to do to find their balance and to get healthy. And as a parent or as a friend or as a family member, one of the best things that you could do is cultivate that feeling that you believe that they're going to heal, that you know that they're going to heal, that you have faith that they're going to heal. That feeling goes a long way. On a less intense topic, but all things that people are going through are intense to them. They're all important for them. So if you're working on a goal, a personal goal yourself, how much time do you spend in the journal saying, taking inventory of your talents. How much time do you go, this is what I'm really good at. This is what I love doing. These are the things that make me special and unique. These are the values that I have to offer. How much time do you spend doing that? Or is it just, what do I have to do in order to get more people to do this or to do that or make more customers or make more money? It's the process of getting yourself in the right alignment that'll make all of the difference in the world. It won't even feel like effort. It'll feel natural, like the lesson from Dusty. A quick high five and a good feeling do more to eliminate the pain and the fatigue in your body than any strategy that any to-do list that I can ever offer you. So, in ending, the most important thing you can do to increase your pace is to master the art of celebrating life.